Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to go in here and do this leg. Let's go in and do a quick... I just had to restart the computer just in case something funky was going to happen. Okay. Just going to isolate this and make sure I have right-click auto-load new objects on. Okay, great, 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 great. I'm going to go in and I'm going to turn this little button on up here. Okay, this is snap to projected centers. And now when I go here to skeleton and I get my joint tool, when I click, it's going to snap into the center of my geometry. I used to have this wonderful magic trick for this, but I don't have to use it anymore. This thing here works wonderfully. And I'll just zip this in, zip in my way, the only way I know how, and get it over here, there, done. There's all my joints. They snapped into the center of my geometry, all set up for me. I might want to rename these things, but for now I'll worry about that in a second. If I grab the joints and I grab this leg, I can go ahead and I'm going to do the skin thing again. If I go to smooth skin and I say instead of, well, we got joint hierarchy on, this thing isn't parented to anything right now, so I'm just going to turn that snap to projected centers off for a second. The drop-off rate, I'm going to crank it up a bit higher. When I have the drop-off rate on something like this, it'll give me a much more firmer bind, almost like a rigid bind. Maximum influence is 2. Okay. Boop. Good. And I'll just test it out and make sure I'm not lying to you. Okay, you can see some of the geometry here is moving around. I don't necessarily like that. So, what I'm going to do, let's just undo this. Or actually, we'll leave it there. If I go and I hit this button here, this goes into component mode. F8 is the hotkey that goes in, or F9 goes directly to selecting my vertices. So I can select my vertices. I'm going to go into Window, General Editors, Component Editor, and here in Component Editor, boop, there's a thing called Smooth Skins, and you can see all the vertices I've got selected. You can see the weight values that are associated with them. And so joint 1, that's this one over here. Joint 2 is this one. Well, this piece here, I want it primarily affected by joint 1. If I select these ones, you can see they were totally affected by joint 1. And we start seeing a little bit of influence from joint 2. Actually, I see absolutely none. Am I smoking crack? I might be smoking crack on here, but I don't see anything. Okay, great. I'm just going to go in and grow my selection. Grow. And one more time right there, so you can see I'm actually right at the edge here. And if I just make sure that joint 1 is associated with all these vertices, when I hit 1 in here, boop, now you see when I grab my joint, if I go back to object mode, boop, okay, that area there is solid like a rock. Okay, and this area here is a bit doughy, so let's go in here and let's go into component mode. Grab these vertices here. Maybe I'll just, these ones are all 0 and 1. Okay, great. Let's go this way. And I can see these ones here are having a little bit of influence. I'm just going to hit 1. Let's go this way over here. There. And joint number 2, we want that to be 1. Okay, and let's test that out again. Check it out. See how it's working. Typically when I'm doing this, I do like to start from the tip, but I know that this one here visually is going to look better. And also, I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to grab this edge loop of vertices. Boop, boop, doink, there. And you can see there 51's actually got 100% on it somewhere in there. Okay, I'm just going to go and make them all 0.5. And I've rotated my joint a little bit. If I wanted to, if I highlight them all, I can play with the slider here and I can get a little bit of a change into how I want the vertices to be affected by the joint. I'm just going to leave it roughly in the middle. It'll look fine. Okay, and I'm going to spend some time and I can refine some of these things in here. Like maybe I might go around this area and say, well, the joint's right there. If I go and I grab all these, damn it! I've got to go into component mode. Okay, try it again. Maybe I'll grab a bit more, and I just want to leave those ones alone right there. If I do something like shrink a selection, there, now I've got these, and this is joint number 3. Okay, joint number 3. Actually, I want joint number 2. Smoking crack again. 1. There. So now it's all going to be solid in that I can play around with these ones in the middle here, because that'll probably be the one that I want to change a little bit. these ones here should probably be right on joint number 3, so make sure they're all 100%. Looks weird if they're doughy and they move a little bit. If they're really rigid, it looks good. I can keep doing this whole way down my leg, but you get the idea. I don't need to do more. And if I bring back everything, turn on my isolate select, okay, I would like to take these joints and I want to have them on the other side. First thing, these ones here might be parented to my thorax, so I'm just going to press P, parented in, okay, and then it would be really nice if I named these things, so I just should go and find them really quick. There's all my naming joints there, get all these, and I'm going to call those like left underscore front underscore leg underscore JNT. Actually, why don't I get the JNT out of there if I just do that? Boop, or whatever. Okay, great. And if I grab the top one, just the top one, thanks, and I go to skeleton, there's an option here called mirror joint, and I'm going to mirror across the YZ axis. Okay, that actually is my x-axis. And if I search for capital L underscore and I replace with capital R underscore, when I hit apply, boop, it gives me the leg on the other side. Actually, that's interesting. Why is my leg different? Oh, okay, just hold on a second. I'm not in the original pose that I came in with, so I'm just going to take this, right click, assume preferred angle, boom, there. Let's try that again. There we go, perfect. And I can take this leg and take the geometry, skin, smooth bind. And then, if I wanted to, after I've done all the weighting on this leg, I can take this one, hold down Shift, and grab that one, and I go under Skin, and there's something called Mirror Skin Weights. And if I mirror the skin weights, I go across the YZ, positive to negative, boop, apply, and ba-boom. If I take a look at my joints, this joint and that joint, select them at the same time, and I can see they have pretty much the exact same behavior. Yay! And so I'm going to do that on the rest of my legs, and I don't think I need to make a video for that. I'll make sure they're all roughly parented. Is there anything else in here I should mention? Any tricks that I've done that I did really, really fast? Maybe the eyeballs. I'm just going to bind them to that joint right there. Oh, I didn't actually go... Is that what my problem is? Those eyes? How many freaking vertices are on those things? I think I smoothed them a bunch of times, but still it's a little bit laggy. Anyway, whatever. Maybe if I hit one. I'm just going to go and hit skin and smooth bind, and this time I'm going to do smooth bind. With these eyes, I'm just going to bind them to this thing. I'm just going to go in and I'll hit selected joints and bind skin, and that way I don't have to worry about... Yeah, I think it's those eyes, high poly... Well, no, maybe not. Okay, everything's fine again. Okay, I don't have to weight them or anything like that, and I'm just going to right click, assume preferred angle, boop, there. And I'm calling that good enough for now, and I'll make some more videos about rigging after I finish putting in all my legs, naming all my joints, and saving myself.